Are we live? We are live. What's going on, everybody? I want to apologize for not being here yesterday, for those who are watching live right now, and for anyone watching on the replay. I had to do something with some jury duty stuff. That's all I'm going to say about it. I had to deal with some jury duty stuff yesterday, but all good. It's all good. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, please bless me by hitting the thumbs up, the heart button, and sharing this video. Get it out there. Get it out there. For those of you that don't know, I'm in the state of Texas, the great state of Texas. That's where I reside. And the Democrats here in the state of Texas have taken it upon themselves to try to act like they are oppressed, right? Now, and I'm talking about these politician Democrats. You know, even the ones that probably walk around day to day, they probably feel the same way because they've been told to believe so. They've been told to believe that they're oppressed, told to believe that they're a certain way, which is kind of ridiculous. The year 2025, and they're still pushing the same narrative when no one's buying it. Well, in their minds, they have fixed it in their minds that they are being oppressed. They have fixed it in their minds that they're stopping them from being who they want to be. But the Democrats have done that all to themselves. I remember when I was living in California, and before I moved to Texas, I was thinking that I'm leaving California and I'm moving back to America. Back to America. Partially that's kind of just, you know, partially true, somewhat true, not true, you know. Of course, California is part of America, but when I came back to Texas, I was thinking that I was just going to be full on American bred, surrounded by all American God-fearing people, but that's not the case here in Texas. A lot of Democrats have migrated here to Texas, and their whole objective is to destroy Texas the same way they did California. Same way they did California. And a lot of these Democrats fled California and other blue cities and blue states because they wanted better life. So they came to Texas. Like, you know, some of them going to Florida. Same thing. Like they're going to Florida too, right? Which I don't understand why they would bring the same ideology that they fled from. But nonetheless, it is what it is. So we have a politician here in the state of Texas that decided to stay in the chambers. Now, to tell you the story really short here, I'm going to cut it down. For those of you that know, I'm pretty sure everybody knows by now, the Democrats have pulled another stunt thinking that they were going to be able to just up and leave the state. So then that way they can't pass any bills here because there's a particular bill that the Democrats are trying to prevent from getting passed. And that is a redistricting bill. And this redistricting bill is completely lawful. There's nothing against the law for them doing it, but the Democrats fled to gerrymander states, California, Illinois, New York. They fled to those states saying that they're fighting gerrymandering. See, it's to their benefit to do the gerrymandering. They're all okay with it if it's to their benefit. They're all happy about it. They don't even think nothing about it, which in actuality, this last stunt that the Democrats tried to attempt to do actually exposed what's happening across the country. I mean, it really did. It exposed what happened across the country. There's more states that we had no idea. More states that the Democrats have been manipulating the game for years, decades. So then that way, the people in each one of those states would not have representation. You know what it makes you think about? See, when the Republican Party was created, was created so then that black people could have representation. That was part of the reason why it was created. So black people could have representation. The Democrats didn't want black people to have representation. The Democrats, the same Democrat Party, the exact same Democrat Party, they didn't want black people to have representation during that time. Just like they don't want black people or brown people or anybody today to have representation unless you are supporting another Democrat. See, they believe in one party rule. They believe that the Democrats should just run everything and then they can implement whatever it is that they want to implement. Full on socialist, communist, tyranny, authoritarianism. Like, you know, how they blame President Trump for authoritarianism. They're actually the ones trying to push that crap here in America, the year 2025. And they're expecting you and I not to pay attention to any of it. They're expecting you and I to be oblivious of their games. But see, it all got exposed. President Trump is going to go down in history as one of the greatest presidents in American history, not only because he's done great things, but because he exposed the Democrat Party for who they really are. For who they really are. See, the very first Republican president removed the Democrat slaves. He got rid of them. He ended their reign. The first Republican Party. The first Republican president. When the Republican parties were created. And the Democrat Party has hated the Republican Party ever since because they took away their slaves. Here we have another great president, President Donald J. Trump, and he's taken away their slaves. And then, you know, a lot of radical leftist lunatic liberals, they go, but they're getting paid, Will Johnson. You're not a slave if you're getting paid. Did you know that the slaves during that time, did you know that their slave masters gave them a hut? Do you not think that they thought about that as payment to them? Oh, this is what you get. This is all you get. You get a hut with a dirt floor, mind you. But nonetheless, it was a hut. The Democrats would be happy with the same thing today. These same Democrats constantly saying, well, who's going to pick our crops? Do you not think they said that back in the day? When Abraham Lincoln and the other Republicans freed the slaves, do you not think that the Democrats were saying who's going to clean our homes? Who's going to do our lawn? Who's going to do these jobs that we don't want to do? Do you think they didn't say that then? They're saying the same thing now. And then you get these people trying to say that the party switched. If the party switched, then why is the same Democrat Party saying the same thing that they said back in the day? You know good and well, Abraham Lincoln, he's going to do what? He's going to free the slaves? Who's going to do these jobs we don't want to do? You mean to tell me that they didn't say that? You really want me to believe they didn't say that? Of course they said it. I'm reading this book, Booker T. Washington. And it's an eye-opener for a lot of stuff that I didn't even know about. And that's how I figure out, that's how I learned about, you know, because, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I was reading this book. And in there it was saying that when the slaves were freed, that they called the big house. You know, the white Democrats lived in the big house, and they called all the slaves that the white Democrats owned to come to the big house. And when they went to the big house, the slave master said, you're all free to go. He said, I can't keep you here any longer. We lost the war. We can't own you anymore. I mean, imagine saying that to another human being. But this is what the Democrats have done. So the black people that were there, they didn't leave automatically. See, in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, let's go. Run even. But the thing was, a lot of black people didn't know where to go. They didn't know where to go. Now, mind you, some did leave. Some wouldn't pack their bags because they were like, I'm going to bounce tomorrow. Right? And those that were getting ready to bounce tomorrow, they said, I'm taking my bags. I'm going right now. I'm walking away. I'm look back. And then, you know, they were they were walking away looking back. Are they coming to get me? And they could send other black people to retrieve them during that time. Are they coming to get me? Are they coming to get me? But a lot of them didn't know where to go, didn't know what to do. So they stayed and they worked the fields. The white Democrat slave masters, guess what they did? Because they didn't know how to do the jobs that they had the black people doing. So they were grateful that the black people did stay because they didn't know how to do for themselves. Who's going to do these jobs that we don't know how to do? Who's going to do these jobs that we don't want to do? Who's going to clean our homes? Who's going to make my bed? Who's going to clean my floors if Abraham Lincoln let them all go? Sound familiar? The same Democrat Party then saying the same thing today. The exact same thing, same verbiage, except for they're not using the word slavery any longer. They're using the words immigrants. See, they were so happy these people coming into the country, and they used them and abused them. And here comes a great president, President Donald J. Trump, to let them go. The reason why I wanted to talk about that is because you have these Democrats here in the state of Texas. It's not even just here in the state of Texas. They're all acting like they're being oppressed, like they're fighting against racism, when the Democrat Party has always been the party of racism. The Democrat Party. It's not the Republican Party. The Republican Party, once again, was created so black people could have representation. And there was never a switch in the parties. There was never a switch. The only thing that switched was the tactics that the Democrats used to control black people. And now they use those same tactics to control anyone who will believe their nonsense. But see, they're losing. They're getting crushed. The Democrat numbers are at an all-time low because people are no longer buying their nonsense, especially after what's happened out in D.C. Have y'all seen what's happening in D.C.? I mean, you can walk at 9:30 at night and not have to look over both shoulders. And guess who's upset about that? The Democrats. Democrats are upset because you can walk down the streets of D.C. and not have to worry about getting mugged. I mean, make it make sense. Why would they be upset about that? Why would they be upset about safety and security in the streets of D.C.? Because it's President Trump doing it. Now, these Democrats, they could have done it all along. Nothing was stopping them. But they were fudging the numbers because they wanted the crime to take place, and they fudged the numbers in D.C. to try to make it look better. D.C. is probably, because of the way they fudged the numbers, D.C. is probably the #1 crime city in America. And the only reason why it doesn't show up that way, because come to find out, they were fudging the numbers to make it look like D.C. wasn't that bad. Let me show you a representative here in the state of Texas. You see this dude? You see what he's holding? I forget what his name is. He's a chairman. Gene Wu, that's right. He's a chairman here in DC, here in Texas. And he's holding up a piece of paper. Because see, he and along with the other Democrats, they decided to pull this stunt to try to flee from the state of Texas and not stay here and fight. Not stay and do their jobs. They knew very well that this bill was going to get passed, so they pulled this stunt so that Texas could not have a quorum. Well, it backfired on them. Completely backfired on them. And it exposed a whole bunch of other states that did the same thing that the Democrats have been doing. Well, here he is holding up his little piece of paper that he signed saying that he agrees to having an escort while he leaves the chambers. So then that way, when they go and they vote on this bill, because according to Governor Abbott, it's going to take place by the end of this week. Today's Tuesday. He said it's more likely going to take place. It's going to be law by the end of this week, meaning that I'm believing that it's going to go to his desk and he's going to sign it. And these Democrats are doing everything they can to fight it. Everything they can. But anyways, he signed this paper saying, okay, I'll agree to have an escort. I'll agree. But there's a particular lady that did not sign it. Representative Nicole. She decided to stay on the floor. She said, I'm not going to sign it. She said she's not going to sign it. I guess for her, she's saying it's denigrating because she fled the state. She didn't stay and do her job. Now, everybody in there, all of the other Democrats agreed to sign a little piece of paper saying that, yes, I agree. Look, this would never happen if they would just stayed and done their job in the first place. But now they're being forced to do their jobs. They were elected by people in the state of Texas to go to these chambers and do their jobs, but they refuse to do the job. They refuse to do it. Bunch of cowards. Bunch of cowards. Well, you can see her here. I don't know how well you can see it, but here they're doing a video, talking on her phone, going to social media. I'm strong. I'm fighting. I'm fighting for you. I'm going to do everything I can to fight against these racist Republicans from doing a redistricting. Now, Shannon, I don't even know. Is her district one of the ones that she's probably going to lose her seat? Because to my understanding, these are the representatives that go up on Capitol Hill. She's a legislator in Texas, right? She doesn't go up on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, I'm not sure who all it affects.
But to my understanding,
at the Texas level.
Right. But anyway, she did her little social media video, and then she's going over there with Mr. Wu. Now, Mr. Wu was going to talk to her, and I'm going to share some of that with you. Mr. Wu's going to talk to you, but being the coward that he is, he's not staying in there with her. None of the other Democrats stayed in there with her. They all signed a paper and they left. So just to be clear, no one is preventing her from leaving. All she has to do is agree to do her job. Sign a paper saying that you're going to do your job. But she doesn't want to do that. She wants to do just the opposite. She wants to do the opposite. Well, here she is with Wu, putting a statement out there. And you know what I notice here? They always end up using black women. For the most part, they use black women, even during the times of slavery. The Democrats use black women to control the black man. They still do it today, attempt to do it, but it's, things are changing. Things are getting reversed on them. It's not happening any longer. But they're okay with using her. They're okay with using her. She's the only one. And she's trying to be a Rosa Parks. It's not going to work. I'm a black man that live in Texas, and my vote counts, and I get to vote. Ever since I've been here for the past 6 years plus now, I've been able to vote in every single election, local and state, local and federal. I've been able to vote. Not a single black person in this state has been rejected from voting because of their color, but the Democrats, they would like for you to believe so. Well, listen to them on here, and they go on a little rant like they're standing up. And at first, when I saw this, I was thinking of Cory Booker. You know how Cory Booker went on the floor and he was doing his whole speech. Oh my goodness, you're gonna go down in history for being out for doing the speech for the longest. And it was just that. It wasn't for a bill, wasn't any filibustering. It was just him just doing it because he had nothing else to do. Nothing else to do. Listen.
Hey, this is Gene and
Nicole.
We're here on the House floor. Nicole today, after we came back to fight these racist, gerrymandered maps.
Right there. You see this? These racist, gerrymandered maps. Racist, mind you. Racist. Where's the racism come in? Where's the racism come in? And this is what, they say this, but they're just saying it because once they do the redistricting, there's a lot of black people and Hispanic people that vote Republican. So where's the racism come in? They're saying this because they're trying to fearmonger. They're saying this because they want people to get up in arms and get all upset, saying that Republicans or racist Republicans are preventing black people and brown people from voting, which is a bunch of BS.
In the courts and to make the legal argument. What do?
They exercise control and they tell us that we can't leave unless we do exactly what they say.
And so I think Nicole simply has had enough and she's not going to take it. And I think her way...
Just like the American people.
Yeah.
We've had enough. We've had enough of them taking all of our rights away. And so...
Okay. She says they've had enough. She's saying that we, the people, the American people, have had enough of them taking our rights away. Shannon, have they taken your rights away? Are there any rights that you used to have that you no longer have?
No.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out what rights are. Now, I'm a black man because, all this, since it's racism here in Texas, maybe they just didn't inform me of what rights have been taken away from me. What rights have, maybe they just haven't told me yet. Maybe I haven't got the memo. Will Johnson, you no longer can vote because you're black. I mean, so what rights have they taken away? Or Will Johnson, you can't get a job because you're black. Will Johnson, you can't have free speech any longer because you're black. What rights is she talking about from the American people? You still have your rights. I want to know.
I've taken a stand.
Hell yes.
I'm pushing back.
Yeah.
And that's what we got to do.
And did you like plan this out or anything?
No, in fact, I had no idea this was going to happen. When I heard the order, I was like, hell no. Why should we bow down to what they want? I'm taking a stand. My constituents sent a fighter to Austin, and that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, wait a minute. Her constituents sent a fighter, what she said, to Austin? Then why does she leave the state? Why does she leave the state? Is anyone else seeing this? I mean, this is like the bunch of BS, the biggest BS you could ever say. How many of her constituents that voted for her actually see this video? Well, but wait a minute, we sent you there to fight for us, but you fled like a coward. Both of y'all did. Both of y'all. And here he is talking to her because she won't sign the paper, the same paper he just signed, so he can go home, sleep in his own bed, drinking his latte with his avocado eating, right? While she's stuck there. When he could have just said, you know what, we'll fight another day. Go ahead and sign it so you can go on home. No, he didn't do that. You stay. We need someone to be like Rosa Parks. We need someone that we can use because she's black. So she fits right into their narrative.
I'm going to resist the best way I can, and that is by standing my ground.
Yeah. So everybody out there, if you're watching, you find every way that you can resist. Whoever you are, whatever you do, in whatever way you can resist, go out there and resist.
Well, guess what? I'm going to resist the stupidity of the Democrats. I agree with that. I'm going to resist the stupidity, the ignorance, the hatred, the division of these Democrats. And she's telling people to go out there and stand your ground. Well, let me show you what she was doing while she's standing her ground. Bring it up here. Bring it up here. Let me show you what she was doing. Here she is. She's standing her ground, everybody. There she is, working hard, sleeping on the job, mind you. This is her. And this is totally set up. Okay, let's put the book here. Let's put the pillow there. She up on the blanket, got her eye patch on. And then, it's like, okay, take the picture now. Completely a photo op. 100%. No one just randomly came in there and said, oh, she's sleeping, let me take a picture. Really? Do your job. You wouldn't have to sign that little piece of paper that you're refusing to sign like he did if you'd have done your job in the first place. This is something that they get to do in Texas. If you're not going to do your job, then you're going to have to agree to a police escort so you can't bounce the state again. Be honest with you. You know what I would like to see them do? I say let her go home. Let her go home, sleep in her own bed. Go home, sleep in your own bed. Put an ankle bracelet on them. Every single one of these Democrats that fled the state, let them come back. Put an ankle bracelet on them. Say, oh, you can go now. You can go now. Put an ankle bracelet on them. Treat them like the criminals they are. Because see, just getting an escort, sign a little piece of paper, you got escort. Now you got added protection. You got security going with you now. And that's how they're looking at it. I got security with me. They go with me, they take me home, they pick me up, they bring me to work. That's added security. We're paying for that. Put an ankle bracelet on them. That would be such a better option. See, this is the reason why they won't let me in there. Because I said, nope. We're not going to make you sign anything, but you're going to put this ankle bracelet on because you're a criminal. Every last one of these Democrats should have an ankle bracelet on. And tell them, run again. So now if you run again with this ankle bracelet on, you're actually breaking the law because now you're going out of your bounds because you broke the law in the first place. You got to go. You got to go. Well, of course, because these Democrats all out here, they're fighting for this woman because she's trying to be like a Rosa Parks. She's going to go to the back of the bus because she's fighting racism. She's fighting. This has nothing to do with racism. This has everything to do with the Democrats trying to retain power. She's trying to keep power. Right? She's trying to keep the Democrats want to keep power. But she's acting like she's sitting on the bus. Like she's going to stay there. You're going to make me move. You're not going to make me move. I'm telling y'all right now, just put them on the ankle bracelet. Well, some radical leftist lunatic liberals show up to the Capitol here in Texas. And I kind of wish I had the memo. I need to be on this email list so I can show up. I don't know if it was, what day this was, especially if it was over the weekend. If it was over the weekend, I need to be there. So maybe if y'all know the email list, y'all need to hook me up so I can be there. Well, let me show you how they're out here chanting, saying, let her go or set her free when she can go ahead and agree to the escort and then she can go on home. I mean, really. They're saying, let her out. They're saying, let her out. Let her out. Let her out. Let her. She can leave. She can leave. And to my understanding, there's two ways that she can leave. She can leave by signing the paper and have an escort, or she can leave and they'll arrest her. Leave. No one's forcing her to stay right there in that chair. She has an option. She has some options. She can leave. And of course, did y'all notice the people out here protesting? Do y'all notice anything about them? Let me take it slower. Like, there's one right there. Can y'all see? Look at it right there. There's some more right there. What do y'all see? Y'all see the same thing I'm seeing? Oh, there's one right there taking a picture of the other protesters. Oh, there's two. She's Indian. There's two black women, one Indian. But what are the rest? Y'all notice anything there? Y'all notice anything? It's always the white female liberal. They're happy. They're happy that they can utilize this woman this way. Talking about set her free. And they're out there chanting saying set her free, meaning we want you to stay. We want you to stay. We want you to stay. And I don't even know. That's one thing. I was talking to Shannon earlier. And I thought about it too. Do they have a restroom in the chambers or does she have on a diaper? Which one is it? I mean, I think they might have a restroom in the chamber where she can get up and go use the restroom and then she go back and get in her chair. I don't know. I would imagine that they do have a restroom right there that's easy accessible for them to get to. Because she's not sitting there all that time because, without using the restroom. And to my understanding, they're taking her food too. They're taking her food. I think that should be restricted. Don't take her any food or water. Let her go on her own and get it. No one's stopping her. She's not a prisoner. But Democrats, they want everyone to believe that they are. Well, here's another one with some of these radical leftist lunatics out there protesting. But in this case, the state police actually arrested them. More of this, please.
Second notice. You all are under arrest for trespassing. The county was closed and will be issued a 3-month trespass warning effective for a year. Not to come back into the county. You are not allowed back in.
You're not allowed back in. Arrest them all. Arrest them all. Okay, we got to take a really, really quick break. And I want to share something with you. But then we come back. I got to share with you someone who's about to lose her seat once the whole redistricting take place. We'll be right back.
Life can be pretty unpredictable, filled with good days and not so good days. And sometimes, the only difference between the two is your level of preparedness. The Jace case lets you be better prepared for whatever comes your way. It contains antibiotics and other prescription medications so that you aren't caught unprepared. With the Jace case, you are able to get your prescription medication before the unpredictable happens, allowing you to turn those not so good days into great ones. Go to jace.com now and get your own Jace case.
Here's one right here. Jace.com. I have one of those cases. And the reason why I picked up one of these, because people would always ask me, and I'm sharing with you, Will, what do we do? What do you do? And I'm telling people, I'm sharing with everybody what I do. I'm sharing with you what I do in case of emergency. Now, this one is this one has been made, customized for me. And I tell you, there's penicillin in here, and you can actually talk to a pharmacist. The pharmacist you can talk to, they prescribe it for you. It's a real pharmacist. It's nothing like no fake, none of this. You can actually have conversations with them. You can talk to them about this. This is real. This is the real deal here, right here. So you want to go to jace.com. You can see it right there. My producer's putting out there promo code WILL. Use promo code WILL. The thing I really like about this, because there's so many different medications that's out there. I'm not a pharmacist. I don't know anything about it. But when I got mine, they put in this little clip here for all of the meds that I have in here, explaining to me what they are and when you would use them and how much you use them. Beautiful information. But on top of that, they put in the other cards of the items, the prescription that I didn't get, to let me know I can go and read through these as well. And I'm like, oh, look at this. I can read through here. And some of these that you'd be surprised that you can actually get through talking to the pharmacist. And I'm like looking through here and seeing the symptoms, and I say, okay, now I know what I can order next. That's what I really like about it. And it's such a convenient bag for you to travel with. You know, a lot of people get those bags, you know, the emergency kit bags that you put in your vehicle and put on a boat. When you're traveling, you're not going to be at home. Beautiful travel bag right here. Beautiful travel bag for you to take your items with you on the road. Jace.com. Use code WILL. Use code WILL. And I'm telling you this because this is everyone would always ask me, Will, what do you do? What do you do? Well, I'm sharing with you what I do. So now you can do it with me. Okay, right before the break, I said I want to share someone who's possibly going to lose her seat. And who am I talking about? Jasmine Crackpot. Jasmine Crackpot, such a loudmouth. And this is something that I've noticed too. You know, you have the white female liberal. They believe that they know what's best for everybody. They're always right. And they want to tell you what to think, what to do, how to think, what to believe. You know, that's all what it is. But then the black female liberal, what are their specialties? Being angry and loud. You can't make it up. Just look at them. I mean, look, this is their how do you say it? Their role model for the black female liberal. She's the role model for them. This is how they are. And this is how they expect to act. Let's watch her.
Get as many of you as possible to flood our state. Like when it's election time, I want them to be so mad that they did.
Now, let me take it back really quick. I'm sorry. Didn't she go to Ivy League school, Shannon? So if she went to Ivy League school, did she talk like this when she went to Ivy League school? Did you hear what she just said there a second ago?
I mean, I'm sure she did.
I mean, but she didn't grow up in poverty at all.
No, she didn't.
The story, the information is coming out about her. She grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood, predominantly white school, and this predominantly Ivy League, where most people would never, ever be able to afford. Her high school, they were paying money for her to go to high school.
Yeah, if I'm not
because
mistaken,
it was guaranteed
like
that she would get to a
year
college.
For her to go to this special college,
Yeah.
or special high school.
Yeah, special high school, spending thousands of dollars, and then went to an Ivy League college, thousands of dollars. Listen to what she says here. Listen.
Get as many of you as possible to flood our state. Like when it's election time.
When it be election time? Is that proper English? Or am I did I miss something when I went to school? Yeah, I mean, really. She I think she's doing it on purpose. Because I know people in the hood that don't talk stupid like that. There's people in the hood that don't talk stupid like that. And she spent thousands and thousands of dollars. They said up to over $1 million total for her education. And this is what you get?
Our state. Like when it's election time, I want them to be so mad that they did all of this, because we have people coming from the entire country to Texas to make sure that this little scheme that they tried to pull, where they were just going to steal and diminish the voices of Black and brown people.
How so?
I want us to be so loud that they actually go running and trying to figure out what's that little racist town they all hiding in, and some, what is it, Missouri, Arkansas. I think they all ran to Arkansas. That's where they need to run off to. That's how I want them to feel after this election. So no matter what happens, I need y'all to stay in this fight, because literally the war is just starting.
She said the war just started. Democrats are not peaceful people. They never have been. My experience with Democrats have been the total opposite of peace. That's been my experience. Even when I was living in Arkansas, considered myself a Democrat, and I look back at it now, the only ones that were hateful towards me were other Democrats. When I look back at it now. And when I moved to California and I saw how the Democrats really were, see, you would think a Black person growing up in Arkansas, moving to California, you think a Black person would automatically become a deeper Democrat. You think someone would, oh my goodness, look, yeah. But when I moved to California, my eyes got opened up. And I give credit all to God. God healed my mind. Because see, I was always told that the Democrat Party was the party for minorities and women, the little man. But that's not the case. The Democrat Party is the party of power. They're drunk on it. They've abused that power. They're pretty evil. Well, listen to Governor Abbott. When I was telling y'all earlier, because the Democrats, they're doing everything they can to try to stop this. And now they're pulling another stunt, trying to stay in the chamber, thinking that she's parking Rosa Park. Now, she's not going to sit in the back of the bus. She's going to sit in the front of the bus, right? And there is no bus. She can get on and get off. She can leave and she can come as she goes. She can sit where she wants to, apparently. They probably have assigned seating in there, but she's still a member. She's on the legislature. People voted for her. She's getting paid to do a job. No one is forcing her to do anything. Well, I want y'all to listen to Governor Abbott, because he's talking about these radical leftist lunatic liberals who's actually exposed themselves. They've actually exposed what they've been doing across the country. And even he said that it's more likely going to go to his desk by the end of this week. That's where I'm getting out of it. You listen. You tell me what you think.
Most of Americans were unaware how these blue states had gerrymandered their states so much. It's so ironic that these Texas Democrat House members went to Illinois, which is one of the most gerrymandered states in the entire country. And when you look at California, Illinois, Massachusetts, New York, they've squeezed out all Republicans they can possibly squeeze out. What Texas is doing, we're just drawing fair maps as allowed by law, and it will ensure that at least 5 more members of Republicans will be serving in the United States Congress. Let me add to what you showed on the agenda earlier, because the Democrats did return to the Texas Capitol, to the state of Texas this morning. And then hours later, the House committee already passed those maps out, and those congressional maps are going to pass out on the House floor on Wednesday. They've already passed out of the Senate. They will become law probably by the end of this week.
Probably by the end of this week, meaning that he's going to sign it. And if it becomes law at the end of this week, he does sign it. That's what that means. That's exactly what that means. And I look forward to it happening. I look forward to him signing it. I look forward to seeing the Democrats go just completely bonkers to the point to where they're going to run to California and go, Gavin Newsom, we need for you to take any Republican seats that you can from any Republicans, from the people, mind you, because the people voted for these Republicans. We need for you to take their seats away. And Gavin Newsom has promised to do that. And apparently, to my understanding, it's actually against the law for him to do that in the state of California because of their constitution in the state of California, just like it is in New York. But Gavin Newsom and Kathy Hochul, both of them have said, and both of them have alluded to, that they don't care about what is right. They just want to try to stop Trump. And this whole thing here in the state of Texas and across the country, you know the reason why the Democrats are fighting for it? Because, look, let me bring something to everybody's attention. Shannon, remember, was it last week? It was last week we had a picture. It was a picture that showed all of the states that the Democrats have taken away representation from the American people. Yep, here it is. Right here. Look at this. These are the states that the Democrats have taken representation from the people. MA is Massachusetts, correct? Massachusetts had 36% Republicans. They have 0 seats, everybody. Connecticut, 42% of the people there are Republican. That's almost half. That's kissing it, right? 0 seats. Is ME Maine? I think that's Maine. 46%. 0 seats. New Hampshire. No, New Mexico. Sorry, New Mexico. New Hampshire is down below that. New Mexico, then New Hampshire. New Hampshire is the closest one at 48% with 0 Republican seats. Vermont, Rhode Island, and then Hawaii, and then was it Delaware? I think. 0 seats for all of them. And then, of course, California. Out of the 52 seats available, Republicans only have 9. And they have 38%. That's not a small number. 38%, that's getting up there. 40%, almost to 40% at least. Illinois, 44%. They only have 3 seats out of 17. The Democrats have been doing this. So them losing 5 seats in Texas, and they got this going on. Do you understand? The Democrats have been exposed. I had no idea that the majority of the people in across the country, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. What is that? Was that 30%? No, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, 30%. 30% of the American people across the entire country do not have representation because of the Democrats. It's been exposed. There's something inherently wrong with this. Completely wrong with this. And then I'm telling you, and now they're going to run to gruesome Newsom, and they're going to say, "Oh, you need to get rid of the seats." Same thing with Hochul. You need to get rid of the Republican seats. And you know the reason why they're doing this, which I want to get to, is because they want to impeach Trump. Because they want to impeach President Trump. That's what all this is about. See, they're like, okay, we can lose these 5 seats. We'll gain them. They'll just do some more gerrymandering in other places. They'll do it, or they'll just do what they normally do, and they'll take the other seats, right? But they're afraid that they're not going to be able to impeach Trump. President Trump hasn't done anything that's impeachable. The only thing that President Trump has done that the Democrats don't like has stopped the open border. He stopped fentanyl from coming into the country. He stopped the trafficking of children happening into the country. He's cracking down on crime, violent crimes on the streets of America, starting with D.C. This is what the Democrats don't like. President Trump is getting rid of their slaves. So now they're going to try to impeach him. And see, the thing is, they won't use any of that because the American people won't buy it. They're going to use the fact of saying that, well, we got him for 34 counts. We got him for 34 counts. So we got to impeach him for that reason alone. All of that stuff that they made up. All so they can try to impeach President Trump. He'll be the first president, if the Democrats get what they want, to be impeached 3 times in the House. First time in American history. I think, isn't it the first time in American history that a president has been impeached twice? Have there been any? Need to ask Grok or ask ChatGPT. Have there been any other presidents impeached more than once? I'm just kind of curious. All right. We're going to take I want to share something with you. Then I want to change it up just a little bit, but I'm going to show you somebody, Gruesome Newsom. I'm going to show you Gruesome Newsom, what he had to say here recently. Can we share it, Shannon? Oh, you told me that you were ready, and now you're not ready. Okay. So what are we talking about here? You got it?
Yes, I do. Set your clocks and mark your calendars and buckle up for the best NFL primetime football action.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Starting September 4th, Will, on Westwood One, you can catch all the bone-crushing hits, last-second heroics, and edge-of-your-seat action that NFL Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights have to offer. Whether you're tailgating, driving, or chilling at home, don't miss a single snap. Listen on NFL app, the Westwood One Sports app at westwoodonesports.com. Or just say, Alexa, open up Westwood One Sports. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One, Will.
So I wonder, again, I asked this question last time. I wonder how many Alexas you just opened up. Alexa. It's a setup, right? It's a setup. No, it's good. Good stuff. Hope they don't have I hope they, they have the cheerleader situation worked out. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, look, check this out. Here's Gruesome Newsom. A year ago, September 19th, just about almost a full year. We're about a month away from that. A year ago, Gavin Gruesome Newsom said that in the state of California that they're going to pass a bill to where you can't put out memes that they don't like. You remember that, Shannon?
Yeah.
They're going to put out a meme. If you put out a meme that the Democrats don't like, at least in the state of California, that it will be unlawful.
They have no sense of humor.
Well, the thing is, a meme is considered free speech. It's free speech. So
and
here
a lot
it
of
is,
them are jokes or satire.
Jokes.
Some are true, but
and they're jokes.
Yeah.
And see, the thing is, they don't like the ones that are true. They don't like the memes and showing them that they're true. Well, here, Gruesome Newsom, or New Scum, thank you, President Trump, New Scum, he took a image of Kid Rock and put this out there, Shannon. Kid Rock wants you to support New Scum, Gavin New Scum. Knowing good and well, Kid Rock never endorsed New Scum. Never done it. But this dude here, decided to take this meme and put it on X, trying to tell everybody that Kid Rock is now supporting him.
You know, Trump can get away with jokes like that, but Gavin Newsom really can't get away. Democrats can't get away with that.
It. No one's buying it. But the point is that he was talking about cheap fakes. He was saying that when people put out these memes that are not truthful, that they should be fined, they should be jailed even. Listen to him. This was back in September of 2024, just last year.
Deep fakes and manipulation of elections. That hurts democracy and the integrity of the system and trust. And we believe in truth and trust. And we think this law is sound and will be upheld in courts.
I mean, hello. So I don't even know. Did they even pass that bill? Because I know it violates the First Amendment. So I would imagine that it didn't pass, right? Unless they found a whole bunch of woke leftist federal judges and say, yeah, okay, yeah, we're going to go ahead and allow this one to pass. Because we're talking about California, right? Do you know if it actually passed, Shannon?
I don't know. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, if you could, please. Because I'm just kind of curious. Because if it actually did pass, no one's above the law, right? At this point, then no one is above the law. No one is above the law. So I'm just kind of curious if it actually passed, because this dude is a tyrant. He's pretty despicable. He lies. And what's his name? There's another person that he's going after. So Kid Rock, he's a rock star, right? He does rock music. And then you have another one. His name is Tim McDonald, if I'm not mistaken. He does hip hop. Tim McDonald, I mean, he's very good. He's better than Eminem, if you ask me. Eminem got skills, mind you, but I think this dude is better. But he did this video recently, Shannon, saying that the devil is a Democrat. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but
there's a video he did. He did a song. He did a video on it, saying that the devil is a Democrat and the devil's in California. So he got all upset. Gavin Newsom got all upset with Tim McDonald. I think that's his name. Y'all help me out in the chat. Tim McDonald. I'm pretty sure that's his name. And Gavin Newsom got all upset with him. So then he's been like pushing back on him, hitting back at him, trying to say stuff. And then Gavin Newsom here lately, he's been trying to do these Trump style posts. Have you seen that, Shannon? He's trying to do Trump style posts, thinking that it's going to work for him. There's only one Trump.
He's not genuine.
And he's not genuine. There's only one Trump. When Trump does it, he's genuine. Right?
And I just want to tell you an update on that law that you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
So they did pass a law, but they say it doesn't really apply to memes generally. So it makes it illegal to create content or distribute deceptive deep fake content related to election during a defined window, typically before or after an election. So that's before or after election.
Is that not a cheap fake?
Right? Or it requires large online platforms to promptly remove or label deceptive AI generated political content. So I wonder, was that labeled as AI?
That's 100% AI.
I said, what is it labeled as AI? It's supposed to be labeled if it is.
And they're going to remove it, but come on.
And it do not ban parody or memes, but explicitly exempts satire and clearly labeled parody from prohibition.
So they're going to say
he's breaking his own laws.
Yeah, he's making his own laws. Does that sound like authoritarian to you?
I mean, he's doing it with the redistricting is too.
Yep.
It's against the law for them to just do an off-cycle redistricting.
Yes, but they don't care. They don't care. Let me share something else with you. And this one is a little touchy because this one has a demonic demon manifest. Have you seen this, Shannon? So this woman here is filled with a demonic spirit, and this demonic spirit shows itself. And you'll see what I'm talking about. You see what I'm talking about. And she's upset because law and order is taking place in America. And she's upset with Christians. She's upset with Christians because Christians are supporting law and order. They're supporting safety. They're supporting being able to walk down the streets of D.C. and not be vandalized. They're supporting President Trump ending the illegal migration that the Democrats have put into this country. She's against it. The demonic demons. Watch.
Can I rant on here? How are you in a church celebrating in America right now?
Did y'all see that? Did you see it, Shannon? Did you see it? I mean, what is that about? Can I rant? I mean, watch.
In America right now.
Imagine being mad at me in the comments because I think going to church as a Christian in America is hypocrisy if your church doesn't speak to the mass deportation of people seeking asylum, hate-filled speech from the president that you elected, yada, yada, so on and so forth, bigotry. But I also think that like the Holy Spirit can be accessed by anyone ever. And now that the Pope has passed, we actually have access to his spirit too. Imagine being mad at me and I'm on a shaker thinking of those things and believing. Jesus loves me so much that I bought my own house as a single mother of 3. Jesus loves me so much that I'm a single mother.
I just caught that one part where she was saying that the Pope died and now they have access to his spirit. Am I missing something? Wow. Now I've listened to that a couple of times and I just caught that part. Let me play it again.
From the president that you elected, yada, yada, so on, so forth, bigotry. But I also think that like the Holy Spirit can be accessed by anyone ever. And now that the Pope has passed, we actually have access to his spirit too.
Wow. Wow. No wonder she was doing this. I mean, dude. And see, the left, they want to say this is what a Christian is. You can get off the screen. They want to say this is what a Christian is. A Christian is one that's not going to conform to this wicked world. One who's going to adhere to the teachings of Jesus Christ. Now, we're all sinners. We all fall short of the glory. We all make mistakes every single day. I'll be the first one to tell you. But I don't go out there and purposely support evil, wicked things. And then this, like this woman here, and do this wicked stuff. That's just wild. Okay, let me tell everyone about this too really quick, because we're just about halfway there for my Give, Send, Go. People have been supporting me, and I just want to say thank you so much for the blessings. If you can put up here, Shannon, Give, Send, Go. I've been asking people if you could help me, because, they've taken away my monetization on, a lot of places because of who I am, because I don't curse, I don't show nudity, I don't advocate for violence, I don't do any of that. I do just the opposite. But these people want to crush me, and I'm asking you for your help. If you could go to givesendgo.com/studio, you'll see my picture there. I'm just asking if you could help me, and I'm not asking for the world. You see how much I'm asking for there, right? It's just so I can do some upgrades and get some more cabling and stuff for my cameras. That's it. There's not even nothing extremely major, but it would make a huge impact in what I'm doing here in my studio. So if you find it on your heart, anything, any amount helps. Any amount helps, whatever God puts on your heart, because I know that's the only people that's going to help me are God's people. That's the only people I know that's going to help me. That's the only people I'm asking to help me, because the rest is not going to help me. So givesendgo.com/studio. I would greatly appreciate it. Other than that, if you could go to my website, uniteamericafirst.com, and sign up for the free newsletter. Sign up for the free newsletter at uniteamericafirst.com. Uniteamericafirst.com, just like you see it right there. Sign up for the free newsletter, and you see them up at the top. So I think it's on the other side. Sign up. Yep, right there. Yep, there you go. Sign up for the free newsletter. And you can see all the shows that I do Monday through Friday right there. My next show is 1 hour from now on Culture Wars, which I'm going to get into a little bit more deep dive about some of the stuff that's getting ready to come up in 26 and 28, if you know what I mean. Because President Trump says something that has the Democrats in an uproar. Oh my goodness, they're so piping mad about all of it. They're so mad. Also, if you would, please go to uniteamericafirst.com/donate. Right there, there's options right there. People bless me monthly. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Or Shannon, if you can scroll down, if you just want to hit me up one time, there's the normal ones right there. You can support me right there, right? Like I helped this guy out one time. Or if you want to send me something, you don't want to do the digital thing, there's my physical address right there. My physical address right here in the state of Texas, where yes, I do get the vote, even though I'm black, even though Democrats say I can't, but I get to. UniteAmericaFirst.com/donate, everybody. Thank you so much for all of the blessings, and thank you so much for your support. If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up, like, follow, and share.